Hi, I'm Veronica, and today I'm going to show you a couple of somatic movements for the shoulders. Let's begin lying down on the side. You might find that you want to place a blanket, folded blanket, or a small cushion underneath your head. But if your head feels comfortable, if your neck is okay, you can lie down like this. You can stretch out the bottom arm. Check that the back of the head and the sacrum are in line. Bend the knees and stack one leg on top of the other. And we'll begin by moving the shoulder up towards the ear and releasing it. And then moving the shoulder down towards the feet and releasing it. So you're checking the range of movement in this direction. Now let's check how it looks forward and backward. Move the shoulder all the way forward, back to the center, all the way backward, and back to the center. Check that you're moving from the shoulder, not the arm. And now join 4 points by drawing a large circle with the shoulder. Up, back, down, and forward. As smoothly as possible. Now lift the arm towards the sky and start turning it around its own axis, as if you're turning a bulb or a doorknob. And check that this movement starts from the shoulder, not from the wrist. And begin drawing large circles in the air with your arm, at the same time still rotating the arm around its own axis. So it's as if you're doing 2 circles at the same time. It's only the arm moving. But you could add to that following the arm with your gaze. Or to make it even a bit more complicated, you could turn the gaze in opposite direction than your arm. So whenever the head turns to the right, the arm moves to the left, and the other way around. If that's too much, stay with the movement of the arm only. Next, you're going to move your shoulder forward and backward, allowing your body to follow the movement. Which means that whenever you're moving your shoulder back, your chest starts opening and the head rolls on the mat. And whenever you move the shoulder forward, your chest starts facing the floor in front of you. Keep on rolling, checking that you start the movement from the shoulder and the rest of the body is quite soft and simply follows. And you'll notice that with time this movement becomes easier, more smooth, and perhaps you will start reaching with your shoulder blade towards the ground behind you. You're not doing it by force, so it might take a while until the shoulder blade would want to reach there. And once you start feeling that your shoulder blade is the first thing landing behind you, then you can start sliding the top arm along the bottom arm, allowing the shoulder blade to rest and rolling all the way onto your back. And perhaps even stretching out that arm, coming into a T shape. Next, lift the arm and lower it gradually, starting from the shoulder blade, moving through the arm, forearm, and back of the hand. To return, curl the fingers, bend the wrist, bend the elbow, slide the hand across the chest along the bottom arm to come back. So on the inhalation, you're lifting the arm. On exhalation, slowly lower the arm, forearm, and hand. To return, bend the wrist, elbow, slide the hand across the chest, and place one hand on top of the other. Now start drawing semicircle with the arm above your head, allowing the body to follow the movement. So when you inhale, the arm goes overhead, and then you will feel that the head rolls, the chest rolls open. And when you exhale, come back, landing with one hand on top of the other. Eventually move the arm a little bit diagonally forward, and then the leg diagonally backward. The arm still makes the same movement, semicircle above the head, while the leg does exactly opposite thing, the top leg. So if your arm goes to the right, the leg goes to the left, and the other way around. Bend the arm, bend the leg. And just for a moment, come up so that you can compare the sensations in the right shoulder and in the left shoulder. Lie down on the other side. Again, you decide whether you need a blanket or you can place the head directly on the mat. Stretch out the bottom arm, bend the knees, keep the head and the sacrum aligned. And we'll begin with checking that movement of the shoulder moving towards the ear, then releasing, shoulder moving down towards the feet, and releasing. After that, you can check the movement forward and backward. And then join those 4 points to start drawing large circle with the shoulder. So it's as if you're following a clock face, forward, up, back, and down, as smoothly as possible, checking that you make that movement from the shoulder, not from your arm. So you can have a couple of circles like this. And next, you're going to lift your arm, give the weight of the arm into shoulder, and start turning the arm around its own axis, as if you're turning the doorknob, making that movement from the shoulder itself. Continue with this movement as you start drawing large circles with the arm in the air. It's only the arm moving, the rest of the body still. You could start following this movement of the arm with your head, with your gaze, or do this movement, which is a bit more complicated, when your gaze turns away from the arm. If that's too much, stay just with the movement of the arm. Now you can start moving your shoulder forward and backward, allowing the rest of the body to follow. So a very important thing here is to realize that you're moving from the shoulder itself, not from the hip, not from the head. And you allow the rest of the body to move together with it. So your head, your torso, maybe even your hips or legs will react to this movement. And you could notice it's easier or more difficult than on the other side. Eventually, your shoulder blade might start reaching to the ground behind you. When it rests comfortably there, you could start sliding the top arm along the bottom arm. And then maybe opening that arm, creating a T shape. Next, lift your arm. And then slowly lower your shoulder blade, your upper arm, lower arm, back of the hand. To return, curl the fingers, bend the wrist, bend the elbow, slide the hand across the chest and along the bottom arm. Inhale to lift the arm, exhale to lower part by part from shoulder blade through the arm to the hand. And then to return, bend the wrist, elbow, slide the hand along the chest and along the bottom arm. Just one more time. Open up and part by part return to lying on the side, hand on hand. Now start drawing semicircles above your head with the arm. Again, the body reacts, so you will feel that there is a movement of the head, of the chest and torso, maybe even of the legs and hips. You could inhale every time you move the arm over the head. Fingertips might or might not touch the ground. Now keep that arm stretched out diagonally and stretch out the top leg. And start moving the leg in opposite direction than the arm. If the arm moves backward, the leg moves forward, and the other way around. You will feel that one side of the body opens when you exhale and that your chest rolls open when you inhale. Those two limbs move like a pendulum, as if one was a continuation of the other. Bend the knee and the elbow and come back up. Notice the difference. You can bring the shoulders up towards the ears on the inhale and slowly release them on the exhale. Thank you very much.